Well, hello.
Hello.
We are going to talk today a little bit about self-care, because it's something that's being bandied about a lot at the moment, isn't it? And but it's not just a buzzword. It's something that we really do need to think, I think, carefully about, particularly as mums, isn't it?
And I think there's just so much pressure. We've talked about this in some of our other videos, but nowadays, where not everybody is a stay-at-home mum. It's not just the pressure of, I say just a stay-at-home mum, said the stay-at-home mum. Yeah, it's just not the pressure of looking after the kids. But on top of that, you've got to have a tidy house. You've got to have a good social life. You've, and a lot of mums are working as well. And the pressure is intense.
And it's the same, the same for dads as well. We're not just singling out the mums, but I think because of just the way we've been programmed, it tends to be, in a lot of cases, the women who shoulder a lot, whether you're working as well, but you're still expected to be all those things, that you were saying as a mother as well. And, my husband never questioned whether he was going to be able to go to gym classes and things like that, where I think we always feel like we feel guilty about it, but we know enough now, particularly because there's so many more chats about mental health, that if you go down, the ship goes down. So self-care is not about doing something indulgent because you went to get your nails done. If that's what gives you a bit of you back, then it's really, really important. And we're going to be talking about this a lot across all the Channel Mum videos too. I say all the Channel Mum vloggers are also talking about it. It's one of our topics for the month. And so please do go over to Channel Mum and check out what everyone else is saying too, because we're all going to have different ways for self-care.
To find those videos, all you have to do is go onto Channel Mum and put in mental health or self-care, and they'll all come up. And obviously Channel Mum have got the in-residence psychologist as well, Emma Kenny, who's fantastic, and she keeps her eye on all of those things. And if you're feeling wobbly, she's a great person to get in contact with for a bit of kind of more professional help. But yeah, self-care is, there's so many things that people say it is. For me, it's doing art. For me, it's going to an exercise class. Do you know what? For me, sometimes it's as simple as tidying my bedroom and feeling like my mind is a bit clearer, or
because if you
myself a bunch of flowers, or just something that, if you've not got somebody who's going to look after you, how can I look after myself and sometimes make myself feel a bit special? It's a bit of a weird one. And I think, as a mum, you are giving all the time, or a dad, all the time. It's output from you and input to someone else. And whether you're a counsellor or anybody who's in a caring job will know that it can be incredibly draining. And I think, how do we put something back in? And sometimes it is something as simple as not leaving things till the last minute, where it's going to cause you anxiety or stress. And I know what things stress me out with the kids. It's leaving homework till the last minute, not getting them to do their jobs, and then it will end up in me being cross with them. And I don't want that, and they don't enjoy it either. So how about planning it a little bit better? Because actually that's something that helps me as well as them. So sometimes self-care isn't just about doing a lovely painting in an art class, but it can also be something very simple.
Which is something that lovely Sarah on our Facebook page does do. So she goes to an art class for 2 hours, a 2-hour art class, and she just says it's creative bliss. And she does that with one of her friends, and they do it every fortnight. So it's not even once a week, but it's something that she looks forward to. She gets to go and put her mind into something else, or let that mind drift off and onto a canvas or whatever. And I think that's a lovely thing.
Sometimes she's doing it with friends as well. It's nice to do stuff not always on your own.
Sarah, another Sarah without an H, has said exercise is key for her. She said even just a brisk walk and fresh air, just a bit of time to breathe and stretch and roll the shoulders, to listen to music or a podcast. That's something that I do a lot. I go on my long walks. I go from all along the beachfront, and I just blast a few podcasts, and I just have a brain freeze. I just let it just park everything for a moment.
I find it incredible how much difference there is when you exercise, feeling the mental and emotional difference throughout the whole day. Especially, you know, I really find I've got to exercise early, because otherwise it can actually cause me more stress than if I'm thinking I've got to do that, I'm not going to fit in my run, I've been in my gym kit all day and I haven't managed to fit a run in today. Then actually it can have the opposite effect and make me feel anxious because I haven't managed to do any exercise. So for me, it's about timing as well. Getting up, getting my running gear on, dropping the kids to school and going straight out if I can, and getting it done will make such a difference to my day.
There's so many other aspects to self-care as well, and you know, it's mindfulness. And Jodie, who messaged as well, she said that she's trying to have more mindfulness in her day. And mindfulness is not, again, one of these buzzwords. It is taking a moment just to think about what you're doing, even if it's just sitting down for a cup of tea. It's all to do with feeling the moment, sitting down, feeling your body in the chair, feeling the heat of the cup of tea. And it's not often that we get
down for a cup of tea before I think about the cup of
tea. But you know, and she says getting outside more as well. And an interesting thing is, she said, you know, she's changed her job and said, sadly, not seeing friends who drag me down anymore. That is one of those things that, you know, if you're surrounded by
is that why you haven't seen much of me recently?
You've got people that like are just complaining all the time.
Oh, again.
No, but you know, these things are really, really important. And if your job is not making you happy, you know, we've had a friend that's gone through this recently, haven't we? That she had a bitch of a boss, and just every day was not fun.
That's you.
We're coming for you. Yeah. No, we're not. We're not. You know,
we didn't name and shame you.
It's no, exactly.
I won't put her name in the comments.
Live and let live. You know, it's just fine. It's gone. She's made that change, and I feel like I'm going to burst into Michael Jackson's song. Make that change.
You burst away, love.
I'm trying to think what else I do. I mean, you know, I've done a video before about my little sleep routine. If Fred's away, I'll try and not bully myself because that doesn't sound positive, does it? But make myself go, okay, you've got the house to yourself. You can either sit down and binge watch something rubbish like the Kardashians, which is also sometimes quite good, just escapism.
Yeah.
And have a bath, have a chamomile tea, go to bed early in fresh PJs with fresh bedding. And that can be enough to really make a difference to how I feel the next morning. Yeah. How about you?
Yeah.
Do you know what? Do you remember, like probably about 2 years ago, we did a video about trying to get you to
have a bath and relax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're 2 years down the line, and to be fair, you have had a very, very stressful couple of last few years.
I have. And I think for me, self-care hasn't even come into it, to be honest. It's been self-preservation.
It's been survival.
As that. Yeah, and I saw a mum at school today, and I just wanted to wrap her up with love because she just seemed really tired. And we both just said to each other, you know, we've both got 3 kids, and sometimes it's just about getting through to the end of the day. And sometimes I fall into bed and I just think, oh my God,
I survived.
Yeah, I'm alive, and that's about it.
My children are alive, and I haven't fallen apart.
It's not easy. It's really not easy with the amount of pressure that we have on us these days, and you know, in such an ever-changing society as well, with screen time, the pressure of screen times. How much do they have? How much do yours have? What day are yours on screens? What day are yours not? We're just pouring guilt on ourselves all the time. God, life must have been so much simpler without any of it. Any social media, any...
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think, social media definitely has a massive, plays a massive part of it. But I was thinking recently sorry, I've got the itchiest nose. What does that mean? Does that mean money's coming my way or something? I don't think so.
Mine's not itching.
Means I've got an allergy. I was thinking about how, you know, Instagram is one of these things that we all put pressure on ourselves. We're you know, scrolling and scrolling, going, look at all this perfection, look at all this perfection. But, you know, housewives of the 50s, they had that slammed at them as well. It was just in a different format. It was every perfect advert, perfect, I don't know why I said it like that. Every perfect, picture perfect Grace Kelly housewife with the perfect roast dinner and the beautiful children and greeting her husband at the door. You know, I think that pressure has always been there for women.
I think with social media though, it is intense. And you know, we know that the girls that do cleaning videos but have a cleaner, and the girls that do makeup videos but they have a makeup artist, you know, and the girls that, and it's, and the girls that took, I mean, we've done it ourselves where you film with the kids and you pick out the moment, obviously, where they're not throwing a slime ball at the video camera.
And you haven't
they're not
yelled
picking
at
their
them.
nose, they're not having a fight, they're not wrapping themselves up in the curtain. We have those outtakes.
Absolutely. One day maybe we'll do a compilation of just all
we need to. We've talked about it since the day we started Hey Mummy.
Truth.
We have all those outtakes, and of course you choose the bits where they're performing how you need them to perform for the video. But actually, real life just isn't as picture perfect as Instagram wants to show us.
But I think it's just more in the open. We're realising more now. Like I saw a thing on Facebook the other day and it was talking about MTV Cribs. Do you remember MTV Cribs? Where the rappers or Mariah Carey opened the double doors and it was like, welcome to my crib. And you saw these amazing homes that you just thought, oh my God. And the fleets of cars. So in this article, it turns out half of it was bullshit. And they had hired houses. Robbie Williams hired, not kidding. Apparently Robbie Williams hired a house for his. There were loads of the rappers, they hired them. There was one rapper who had hired it and then threw a party in it for a weekend and got sued by the owners because he trashed the house. They rented the cars, all the amazing Ferraris. And,
are you kidding me?
It was absolute rubbish. So this has always been the case. It has always been the case. Every celebrity that's ever been, endorsed a product, half of them have never used it, and this is something that you and I have always said. We've got to like the product, we've got to use the product, otherwise we are not promoting the product. And this is it. There has always been this fakeness.
I can't think
it's not
of anything else other than the shock of finding out that MTV Cribs was just it was a farce.
Some of them were true, but a lot of them were fake because obviously the rappers and the singers, they're fronting, to use a youth term, maybe from the 90s, trying to show that they were the best and like, look how well I'm doing.
You heard it here first.
Fake it till you make it.
Oh my God.
It's always been the way.
Why aren't we renting like a palace somewhere to do a Hey Mummy videos?
I can't even deal with this nose. It is driving me nuts. Got a really red nose now. You know when it's inside and you'd like a little scrubbing brush.
Because I'm watching you itch. That's like,
We had an email about nits the other day.
Oh, did you?
No.
That is, do you know what? That's that letter that comes home. There's not a bit of self-care in that letter, is there?
No. But all those things that, I do just mount up in your day. We did go off on tangent, but all of that is about just parking the reality of all those things that make you feel crappy and curate your pages with your Instagram. Don't follow people that make you feel crappy about yourself. It's all really important. If you come away,
got a sudden urge to check if you've unfollowed me.
If you come away from something like Instagram feeling worse about yourself, you need to have a chat with yourself. You need to unfollow what makes you feel bad and follow the positive things. Why are you smirking? You're convinced I'm going to unfollow you.
No, because I was just thinking, oh God, it's kind of our business.
It is, but it's still really important.
I'd quite like to come off.
I'd love to come off social media, but it's a big part of part of my world at QVC as well. I've got to be online. I'm trying to go, okay, just do that post in the morning and then run away for a while and then check it later. Don't just keep going refresh and see has anyone said anything. But self-care wise, I think for me, my escape is power walking. I can't run for toffee, so I don't. So walking in the fresh air, I love it more. I did go to the gym this morning, but I'd rather be in the fresh air because it just does something for you.
Oh, it's completely different. For me, running outside is completely different. Yeah.
What else do you do? Is it just exercise now? What are you smirking at? Is it because I can't stop?
No, because I don't.
Don't do anything else.
Yeah. I think just doing silly stuff, like preempting a stressful moment and doing something for myself before that moment, or like I said, even, you know, buy myself a bunch of flowers.
But that's sweet that you're buying yourself. Why shouldn't you buy yourself a bunch of flowers?
You know, it's just, yeah,
those daffodils, I bought them for myself.
It's doing something for you, isn't it? Not something for anybody around you, not something for not something that you benefit from, or it's just something that puts you in a better place.
And in the montage video that we did for Channel Mum, I did a little snippet where it was just simply saying no. If too much is happening in your world, you say no, I can't do that. If another person asks another, you know, ask of you, another job, and you think, if you're always saying yes to people, but it stresses you out, you've got to start saying no. Not to everyone, and not always, just sometimes. Just go, actually, you know what, that's too much. That's going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back. Do you reckon?
Just say no.
Just say no.
There's another song there, isn't there?
Grange Hill.
Who was that?
It was Grange Hill.
Danny.
I never really watched. We weren't allowed to watch Grange Hill.
It was Zamo who took a drug overdose.
Oh dear, that's probably why I wasn't allowed to watch it. Scandal.
We were.
Bad kids.
Yeah.
So please do get over to Channel Mum and watch all the other videos and see what all the other vloggers are doing and how they self-care, self-medicate, whatever it is that you do.
Get that sentence right.
How they self-care, how they care for themselves.
That's it.
That's it.
There's the sentence.
Any final thoughts?
How they care for themselves. Not really. No, self-care is not really my topic, is it?
All right then. She's not the best at it.
I'm going to book in for therapy with Emma Kenny this week.
But that is also
it's
another great thing to do, therapy. Talk to somebody. it's really worked for you in the past.
Talking.
Right, we're going to cut this before we go for another 20 minutes. But we shall see you soon. And please do look after yourselves. What's Majiggy used to do? Take care of yourselves and each other. What was his name? That talk show guy.
I'm not sure what accent that was.
Was it not good? It was American.
Oh, was it? I thought it had a touch of Mr. Catchphrase in it.
Mr. Catchphrase. Oh, was it a bit Irish?
Bit Irish.
Oh, what was his name? You know, the guy who used to be a governor and then became a talk show host.
I think
it was the big thing in the 90s. No,
what was he?
That's take care of yourself and each other. I can't do that accent either. Right, I'm gonna go before. If you know who I'm talking about, comment below.